All right, now that March Madness is over, and it was a magical run indeed, I'm really grateful for it. It's time to shift gears and get back into the meat and potatoes of this channel, and that is college football. We're not going to talk about a specific team today, but we're going to talk about a conference and how it can bolster its TV ratings. That conference is the Big 12. For an avid college football fan like myself, the Big 12 was electrifying to watch last season. I mean, you had about 5 or 6 teams who were still in contention to clinch a spot in the Big 12 championship with a week or two remaining in the regular season last year. That is electrifying, wildly entertaining football. And it needs to be packaged and showcased the right way. If you look at the numbers for last year, the Big 12 averaged 2.8 million viewers for each of its games in the regular season. That's far below a conference like the SEC that averaged 4.7 million viewers per game in 2024. And I get it. The SEC has multiple teams that have some of the biggest brands in college football. I understand that. But if you're the Big 12 and you do some introspection here, you can easily find a way to maximize your TV ratings and get close to that 4.7 million mark. I'm not saying you have to get there, but you can do a hell of a lot better than 2.8 million viewers per game. And here's my proposed solution here. If you're the Big 12, you've got to institute Friday night football. Why? The Big 10 and the SEC have thrived off of having games at consistent times, predictable times. The Big 10, big noon kickoff on Fox. Not everybody loves it. I hate it myself. I hate watching games in State College, Pennsylvania, in November on Saturday morning at 11 a.m. and the sun's out. I'd rather be a whiteout. But people know when to expect these games. The SEC, Saturday Night Football on ABC. For years, it was the SEC on CBS at 2:30 p.m. Central Time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern. You knew when to expect these games. The Big 12 TV schedule, it's erratic. It's all over the place. You've got some games on at noon. You've got some games on at 2:30. You've got some games on at 4. Some games on at 7:30. It's all over the place. And there's a lot of different teams, so yes, they'll be playing at different times. But you have to have one time slot that is uniquely yours. And I think that Friday night fits for the Big 12. The Big 12 did unveil several Friday night games for this year. There were several last year. I tuned in for a lot of them, and I was thoroughly entertained. But when you look at the list and the order of these games, you'll notice a few things. Number one, some of the matchups, they aren't really the best. A lot of people aren't really going to tune in. You don't have some great teams featured in there. You'll also notice that there's a huge gap in the middle of the season for Friday night football games for the Big 12. You got to be doing this thing every week. Consistent time, and you have to feature your best teams. You want to draw viewership, you've got to bring in your best teams. And yes, the Big 12 was unpredictable last year. A lot of us expected Utah and Oklahoma State to be very good. They weren't. It's a crapshoot sometimes. You place those teams earlier in the season, if they become bad, who knows what happens. But you can there's a pretty good feel of what teams are going to succeed and which teams aren't. You get flukes every once in a while, but I've got a pretty good feeling that Texas Tech will be pretty good. I've got a good feeling BYU will be good. I've got a good feeling that Colorado has reloaded. And I have a real good feeling that Kenny Dillingham is building something special in Arizona State. and I have a great feeling about Kansas and Kansas State. That's a good grouping of teams right there. Feature matchups between those teams. Get some rivalries in there. Give me some TCU, Texas Tech. Give me Arizona and Arizona State on Thanksgiving weekends. BYU, Utah. Give it to me. Friday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central. Consistent time frame each and every single week. Predictable so that people know when to expect your Big 12 game of the week. It's all about that consistency, that window that everybody expects. You go down the list here. Ohio State, 6.8 million viewers per game in 2024. Alabama, 6.6 million viewers per game. A big polarizing brands like Colorado, Coach Prime, Travis Hunter, Shedeur Sanders, 3.9 million viewers per game. I'm sorry, that's pathetic. And that has to improve, and it can, by the way that you showcase these teams. People know when they're going to watch Alabama. People know when they're going to watch Ohio State and Michigan. Make them expect when they're going to watch Arizona State, Kansas State, Texas Tech, BYU. There's blossoming brands in the Big 12 right now. Do you have established blue bloods like Alabama, like Ohio State, like LSU, like Michigan? No. But you have teams that are on the rise right now, like your Colorados, like your BYUs, like your Arizona States. That if you're the Big 12, strategically, you got to capitalize on that momentum from last year. This conference is the wild, wild west. There's a lot of really good teams, and when you put them all in the room with each other, it's unorganized chaos, and I love it. As a fan, it's so entertaining to watch, and if you're the Big 12, you've got to lean in to that identity. You've got 14 games in the regular season, counting week 0, and the Big 12 has a media deal with 2 networks, ESPN and Fox. 7 games go to the ESPN networks. 7 games go to Fox. Split it right down the middle for Friday Night Football. Bada bing, bada boom. There you go. Everybody's happy. Saturday Night Football on ABC for the SEC. Big noon kickoff on Fox for the Big 10. Friday Night Football for the Big 12 on the networks of ESPN and Fox. Big 12, maximize this and make this happen for us fans. Let me know what y'all think about this idea, this proposal of mine, in the comment section below. Have a great day.